Hello everyone, welcome to another Star Wars The Old Republic video, and this video is on the best armor sets for under 500,000 credits. So guys, a quick tip for anyone who wants to use the GTN is that an easy way to look for really cheap armor sets is to just type into the GTN armor set. Now I don't know if you guys caught it there, but there are a lot of cybernetic armor sets going for 30,000 credits. Now keep in mind, these armor set boxes will give you the entire armor set. So if you guys want to see what they look like, just go into your collections tab, type in cybernetic, you'll get all the cybernetic armor. Now as you guys can see, some of this cybernetic armor actually looks really cool, and it's at very affordable prices. Now some of the older cybernetic armor obviously costs a lot of credits, but as you guys can see, this B100, B200 series, they actually have very cool designs, and they often go for very cheap on the GTN, so anyone who's rolling a new character or anything can grab those for a very affordable price. The next one, as you guys can see here, we've got the a few more armor sets that are going for pretty cheap, and one of them is the ceremonial guard. Let's see what it gets typed in here. Oh no, the Potent Champion, so that's next here. So the Potent Champion. Now, this is an armor set that was going for very cheap, and as you guys can see, it's got a really nice looking chest guard. That's why I decided to add it into this. It's mostly just a chest guard. Everything else doesn't really matter or affect. The boots are also really cool. As you guys can see, it's got this nice blue shiny effect. And these type of unique armor pieces, I really like to include them in these top fives, because that's what I think really sticks out and what a lot of people would probably use. And when you have these armor pieces going at very affordable prices, then that's what I like to add into these top 5 list type things. You also have the ceremonial guard armor set. So this was another armor set that was going for very cheap in that list I just showed. And as you guys can see, it's a very unique looking armor set. Now obviously it's not going to appeal to everyone, but I always thought it was really cool. Like, it looks like something a royal guard or something that would be guarding the Jedi temple on Tython, something like that. And I always thought it would be great for a sentinel especially, or maybe even a Jedi Shadow. It would just be such a great look for them, and as you guys can see, going for very affordable prices. This video is really aimed at new players, maybe someone who's rolling up a Dark vs. Light character on a new server and is looking for a really cool customization. Well, there are very affordable customizations on the GTN. So the next one over here is going to be the Feral Visionary. Now as you guys can see, once again, one of this really kind of sticks out, really unique design to it, and was going for very cheap. You know, we're still in the 100,000 credit range on the GTN, and you can get the entire armor set. As you guys can see, got those nice little horns sticking out. It looks very Sith-like, probably something an Inquisitor would wear, and you can customize a character like this if you so desire for a very cheap price. Alright, continuing down the search, we're getting a little bit higher in the price range, but also the armor sets get pretty good. So as you guys can see, we have the Frenzied Zealot. Now it has a very similar design to that last one, especially with the chest piece, but I think the helmet looks a lot cooler for this one. And as you guys can see, once again, it's really meant for Sith characters. It's got a very Sith-like design, but very nice. And I personally love the boots. As you guys can see, it's got that little spike sticking out. I always thought that looked really good on a mercenary, and my power tech, my mercenary, they all have those boots because I think they look super cool, and it goes for very cheap prices. And keep in mind, this is just the full armor sets. Like, you could probably, if you just wanted to say the headpiece or the chest, you could probably get those off the GTN for even cheaper than just getting the entire armor set. The next one is the Specter armor set. Once again, looks very good for a Sith Inquisitor, and it's actually got the Darth Jadis mask. This is the, if you wanted to customize a character like Darth Jadis, you can get his mask for very cheap, as you guys can see. And also, I thought overall the set just looked really cool, especially for any person who's rolling a Sith Assassin or maybe even a sorcerer and would like to customize a character like that. Also, what you guys saw there was the Arcane armor set. Now, nothing too fancy with this one. The reason I decided to include it is because this is totally taking off the design of Lando Calrissian, and I just thought I would throw it in there as well for anyone who wants that kind of look. Once again, I think that would be really good for a gunslinger or even a scoundrel. Just that Republic side, I always thought that would really fit well with those characters. Now the Nomad armor set, this is actually a really old armor set, came in the Acolyte Shadows pack, and as you guys can see, it was going for around 400,000 credits on the GTN, which is actually very cheap. I mean, I have seen the chest plate, this itself, go for much more, and as you guys can see, it's a really good looking chest plate. I actually used this as one of my character designs for my Sith. Because I just love it. I was looking for a really good chest plate for the longest time, and when I found this one, I kind of instantly fell in love with it. I thought it looked really cool. And what I'm going to be showing here is another effect. One thing I like about it is it can actually be used as kind of a white dye, because as you guys can see, when I add it, the armor of my other things changed. My helmet has changed, my gloves, my boots, they've all changed to white. So if you want your character, you don't have 10 million or whatever million credits to buy a white and white dye, which is actually now platinum rarity, you can kind of use the Nomad breastplate in order to get your character's armor to turn white. It won't be purely white, obviously, but it is for someone who has like 0 credits and is starting on a new server but wants to have that type of look. They can actually get it. So as you guys can see, it's turned my character and a lot of his armor white. So it kind of acts as this white dye, which I always thought was really cool, and I love that for my characters as well. Okay, to keep going down the list, we have the Martial Pilgrim. Now the reason I decided to add this one is just for the chest plate, really. Once again, nothing else really matters from this armor set. So if you just wanted the chest plate, for example, you don't need to buy the entire armor set. It was pretty pricey on the GTN, but you can just pick up probably the chest plate individually on the GTN for a much cheaper price. But as you guys can see, the chest plate is really unique looking. I always thought it would look super cool for some characters. What I was really trying to choose for this list, a really unique looking armor. And the next one is the Eragon armor, and as you guys can see, I actually have one in my inventory because it was going for super cheap on the GTN, and I picked one up for myself. This is a really good looking armor set, and for those of you who don't know, Eragon is just a character from the lore during the Great Hyperspace War. I actually did a video on it, but as you guys can see, it looks really cool, and I always thought this looked like Greek gods, really, like the Olympians. This is the kind of armor you'd probably see them wearing if you bought or read a book on Greek mythology. I always thought it was super cool, and to have it in Star Wars game is amazing, and to see it going that cheap is even cooler, so I decided to throw that into this list as well. The next one is the Darkseeker. So as you guys can see, as we're going up in price on the GTN, the armor sets are definitely getting a lot cooler. And with the Darkseeker, while I like the chest plate, I like the helmet the most. It's a really, really menacing looking helmet. It looks as if you killed an animal and took its skull and wearing it as a mask now. But it looks super cool, and I always thought the Darkseeker, I mean, I remember Darkseeker going for millions of credits. I don't know when it dropped this low, but it definitely did, and so for some people who want to customize a character like that, they should do it. Now, one of my personal favorite armor sets, because it often goes for very affordable prices, is the Enhanced Assailant armor set. And for those of you who have been watching my videos, you might know that I use the Enhanced Assailant chestplate a lot to customize my Sith character. I absolutely love it. And the helmet also looks super cool. A quick fun fact is that this was actually the armor set that BioWare used in one of their original class trailers many years ago. So when they were showing off the Sith Juggernaut as a class, they actually had him customized with this armor set. The next one is the Exiled Knight. So this one, you can often find this chest plate, which is the only thing that matters from this armor set, going for very cheap on the GTN. And I forgot to check its price on the GTN for this video, but I decided to throw it in there anyway, just because honestly, this is like one of the better looking Jedi Knight chest plates, and I'm definitely going to be using it to customize my Jedi Knight, which I'm going to be creating pretty soon. It's an awesome looking chest plate, and so I just want to throw that in there as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and keep in mind that as this video comes out, the prices are probably going to not be the same on the GTN. Honestly, I'm doing a video on this later, which is, do my videos actually affect the economy? Because it turns out when I do these types of videos, people who are on the Harbinger server will watch my video and then go and buy up these items actually, and so the items are, the deals are no longer there. But I think this video can still be useful in the sense that it goes to show guys that these armor sets do drop, and just be vigilant about that. So if you're looking for an affordable armor set, the best thing to do is just go onto the GTN, type in armor set, and see what armor sets are there. If you don't know how a certain armor set looks, you can go jump into collections, type in the name of the armor set, and see how it looks, and see whether that's what you want to customize your character with. And then and another thing is, if the armor set's a little bit too pricey, once again what you can do is just check the upper body armor out on the GTN, because that's usually what costs the most from an armor set. No one really cares about the boots, the bracers, if you're looking purely for customization. Of course, you need those armor pieces if you want to unlock the whole armor set in your collections. But if that's not what you're looking into, you just want to customize this one character with a certain armor piece, look for that individual armor piece, because it will often sell for cheaper than the entire armor set, although that's not always the case. But basically, this is just what this video is about. These are some of the more affordable things, and I hope you guys guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys found it helpful. I definitely would have wished that this type of video would have been out for me when I was first leveling up, because I always wanted to customize my characters, and if I had known that an armor set as awesome as Eragon's armor set was going for like 200 or 50 or whatever it was going for in this video, for a very affordable price, I would have loved to pick that up. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.